Hey guys, alright? I haven't done a video in a while, but I thought what I'd do is for you Wing Chun people out there, or just general martial artists, or anyone with a wooden dummy or anything like that, I thought I'd do some simple what they call shimiwaza, which is choking techniques using the lapel. These are more applicable really to like the Japanese martial arts where you've got the gis and the collars, but for even for day-to-day self-defense, they're very applicable for use in restraining people, for law enforcement or whatever. They're very applicable and very useful. So I know Wing Chun people would have a wooden dummy. Anyone else wouldn't. I don't do Wing Chun. And for the Wing Chun people out there, you know, I suppose I shouldn't be telling you this really, because this is the sort of thing I'd use to stop people Wing Chunning me. But I think it'd be, you know, if someone's there doing Wing Chun, practicing their moves on their wooden dummy, I think it'd be very beneficial to them to throw a few of these in if they don't know them. Maybe they do. Shimiwaza choke methods, because it's just great ways of locking, subduing, or defending yourself if someone grabs you and things like that. Okay, so what I do is just got my very old martial arts belt over the wooden dummy. You can also put an old gi, an old Japanese gi jacket, or an old jacket over a door or a rope, and you can do the same thing with that. Basically anything you could wrap a thing around at about head height. And I'm going to show you a few basic shimiwazas, and what I do is I train them on this, and the idea is to use counter force, and this is more for me, I'm just training, I'm just doing training. So I'll show you some of them that I use. So, you know, if you're Wing Chun, however you've done your method to get to this point, or ninjutsu, if you've done one of your postures like hoko or kosei, get to this point, and choke one is you go in as far back round the collar as you can, and then you grab underneath here and you pull in like this in a pincer motion. Yeah, the idea is a pincer motion. If you can, this fist grabs here, and the fist is also digging into the neck. So you can either train it on the meat of the arm, so, or the bone. Yeah. So I'll show you how to get in it too again. However you are, get to the outside or front on, creep, grab that collar, palm up. Remember, palm up. And any way you can, grab the other collar, usually palm down, not palm up, because you won't be able to get any leverage. And you just pull, and your head tucks in, your body comes close, and it's just the counter force. And I'll just stand here, and I'll put that on the dummy, either with the meat of the arm or the actual bone of the arm, if I want to put some force into my bone to strengthen it. It works the other way around as well, so however you'd be to get yourself here, boom, grab for that lapel, and yeah, and it's the counter force, and it's the choke on the neck. Yeah, see that? Yeah, and you just practice that or with the bone or with the meat of the arm. You're just going for that counter force, pulling and pushing. Yeah. Now forgive me, judoka, who are very up to date with their shimiwaza, if it looks a bit sort of rusty and jaggedy around the edges. These are a few basics I train, but obviously with them being on a big wooden dummy like this, there's no give, there's no play. You can't really seat your hands fully correctly. But as a way of training the strength of the arms and practicing, this is what I wanted to say for the Wing Chun people, is, you know, you guys are you're doing all your rapping, you know, all your movements, you know, like I said, I don't do Wing Chun. Yeah, you're doing all your katas, and then I thought you could just, bang, throw in one of these. All you need to do at your dojo or wherever, if you've got a wooden dummy, just chuck a belt around it, okay? So we've got that one, yeah? You can also do that one, fist facing down. So It does, I guarantee it does work on your most normal collared shirt, but jackets are good. So once again, however you get to the outside position, and this time it's gripped down, there's the bone, and it's the same, pulling, and you can even hear the wooden dummy creaking a bit. Yeah, see? Other side. Just really pull, yeah? Yeah. So that one, there's a lot of pressure on the outside of the bone here, but we want to strengthen that anyway, okay? So we've got that one and the same one upside down. Remember, you're using counter force. Yeah, changing my voice. And it's blocking the blood to the artery into the neck. Yeah, and 6 to 12 seconds, it's sleep time. Okay, so another one for you guys is one of my favorites. Anyway, from the central position, both of these hands creep as far behind the neck as they can. Yeah, and then it's a cross grip. Yeah, so both of the hands creeping behind the neck, you grab the collar, boom, and you pull them into you. And this is very useful for self-defense. You got them, you pull them into you, you're locking the arms, you just trap everything, and you do commit to it, boom, and you just choke. And you know, we're being friendly, but you know, the amount of force you can, you know what I mean? Yeah, see what I mean? It's not, you don't have to be Mr. Friendly if someone's attacking you. Obviously, law enforcement, that's a no-no. But if someone's attacking you, you know, you put that on and you can jolt them with your arms as well. So a lot of the times it goes on and they're beginning to try and defend from it. That's where you can jolt them, readjust yourself on the collar, even change the grip to the upside down one that I told you. So bang, grip change if the collar moves. Same this side. Bang, grip change if the collar moves. Twist to the side. Yeah, same grip change, twist to the side. Yeah, just, sorry, excitement. Any way of getting that in there. So I'll do whatever my routine is, and I'll, for ninjutsu, from Hoko no Kamae or Kosei, you can just whack these on. From Wing Chun, I'm sure you've got bong sows and fook sows and stuff whereby you could just happily do these grabs. So those are 2 or 3 so far. Upwards like that. Yeah, upwards like that. Same that way. The double cross grip one where you're sneaking as far behind the collar as you can and you're just pulling, and you can do it the other way around as well. Boom, yeah. Just, it's really good for the training. You can just train it like that. Yeah, okay. You'll be surprised how many times you might be facing someone in a law enforcement situation or real life situation, or even in a dojo, grappling, and boom, boom, you end up sort of by the side of one of them. This is whereby you can pass this bit of the collar to there, and you pull sideways again, yeah? And it's the bone of this arm and the collar, that's putting the force on. Once again, the head's tucked, the teeth are clenched, the body's in. These things are like, you suck onto someone, yeah? And you do them. And you just, if you've been forced to have to do them, you just put them out, yeah? In a very few amount of seconds. This passes to here quickly, boom, and you just pull in, yeah? Yeah, you can even send headbutts that way. So in, headbutt. Or before you've even come around, bang, headbutt in to distract them and get the head back, and round it goes, yeah? That's the outside one, yeah? So up, we've done that one, that one. We've done reach in here, pull, and we've done round the back, and you're passing the collar to the other one, and it's the counter force, and these are great to train. You can just do your training, pick one, boom, slam it on. Do your training, slam it on. Do them and hold them on as well, but also do them like 1, 2, 3. Something I do to aid that is rope pull-ups. or belt pull-ups, where you throw a belt like this over your pull-up bar, you do a cross grip on it like that, and you do pull-ups on it, yeah, like this, yeah, just throw it over something, it's hanging, yeah, see, and you grab it cross grip like this, so that you're hanging, and you do pull-ups on the rope, yeah, and then you let it spin so it's straight, and you do pull-ups on the rope. And this is another way of really strengthening your grip strength for these sorts of things. Now, a judoka can come in and put you out with one of these in a few seconds, yeah. Last one I'm going to show you is such a simple one, also good for Wing Chun, because you're straight ahead on the person, grab them here, and all it is you grab the collar, you're using the levering force of the collar and the hand, yeah, like so, the way the hand does that, yeah, boom boom, collar, and you're just pushing into the neck, and you're pulling with this hand, yeah, and it's a straight one, and you can even, depending on how you position your body, boom, if you position it sideways like that when you do it, you can push them back and brace them away, whereby they can't even hit you in the face. But it depends on a lot of things really. But anyway, that one's like that, and you can even do that one bare without anything, because you just put the fist in the neck and pull and push and pull and push. So if you can remember to go like that and pull and push, then you're halfway there with that one. It's an underhanded grip on the gi or the collar, yeah, as close to the neck as you can, as close to the side of the neck, and then you just pull and push, yeah, boom, straight ahead. And here, same, straight ahead, boom, yeah, see? Trust me, you try those, they're very effective. If you see them on my collar, you're gripping in, you're reaching, and you're doing this sort of thing, boom, yeah, and even on normal collars, yeah, you're creating a constriction effect, yeah. But what I'm showing you on the dummy, it's more for training, yeah. You're doing your routine, boom, 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 and it's just a way of training your grip strength, if anything. And then, like most of these sort of training's a life pursuit, isn't it? I don't do this, well, it might look like I do, but I don't do this thinking, oh, I'm going to go and strangle someone out, or someone's going to attack me, I'm going to do this move. Just train it with an empty mind. Have no intention to do or not do anything to anyone, unless you're training for a fight or competition, that's different. But, you know, just use those. Another thing you can also train is, as we all know, the good old-fashioned rear naked choke. Yeah, arm goes round the neck, elbow lines up with the chin, this hand goes behind the head, and everything, as you tighten up, you twist to whichever side, so you might go a bit past the chin, boom, you twist, lock this in, and then you're pulling and pushing the neck. And it's the same the other way around. I always get it confused the other way around. But anyway, yeah, that's that way. And this is this way. Yeah, it's difficult without a person, but boom. Yeah, you constrict it on like that. That arm's in there. That arm's in that arm there. See, I always get confused when I do it the other way. That arm goes here. So this arm's there. There we go. Gee gods. Haven't done it this way around for a while, but it's the same idea. Boom, and you constrict and push, and that's meant to line up with the shoulder, with the chin. Yep. Okay, so I mean, it's not very useful to train the rear naked choke on this, but it's something you can train. You can train the muscle strength of it, but it's something you really need to practice in a dojo. Most of these are. These are just ways you can develop the muscles and stuff further beyond what you would have thought, so that when you do them, they're extra good. A word on these, defense-wise, if you get hit with any of these done with severity, you've not got a big chance of getting out. But limitation factors is when any of them tries to hit you with them, tuck the chin into the neck, whereby you're trying to protect the windpipe, arch the shoulders over. This is bringing the neck up into here, and then that's where you can then, it's a natural reaction anyway. Someone chokes you, you go like this. So try and work with that natural reaction and get some hits in of yourself. You know, I'm not going to go through all the different techniques because it's a hotly debated topic about, oh, well, if someone's got you in this lock, you're put to sleep, and pretty much you are. Limitation factors, most martial artists will know this. Neck drops, thing raises, yeah, shoulders raise, and then you're moving your body. You're trying to move your body out the way, perhaps to roll down to the floor or whatever. Anything you can to just try and get away from that lock. Also, the neck strengthening exercises from some of my other videos, you know, standing on your head and stuff, or doing the yoga version whereby you hold the back of your head and do that. All those things will make your neck stronger, and naturally, if your neck can support the weight of your body, then it can better take someone trying to choke you. It's so, when I do those headstands, it's also Shimo as a choke defense. One more thing before I go. I don't know Wing Chun people how you guys would find that, but I think if I did Wing Chun, I think those are a pretty cool addition. Whether or not you're allowed to do them, you know, it's your choice, isn't it? You can do what you want to do, train what you want to train. That's it really. There was one last thing I wanted to say, but I have forgotten it. Regards to Wing Chun people. No, that's it really. Train those. I've told you about the belt pull-ups. I've told you about the different types of neck locks and stuff. So yeah, enjoy those, train them. There was one other thing I wanted to say, but damn it, I've forgotten. Oh well. Well, enjoy.